Kingsport Farmers Market. We have got Executive Chef Tony Mammarella here. Every time you join us, the first thing Tony, what are you making? What are you making? You make the best thing.
We are. We're always going to do something different, try and do something unique with our grill. Today we're going to do a black and blue smash burger. We also have our cheddar knockwurst that we're going to try and do, and we're actually going to make a summer squash salad.
A summer squash salad?
But
you're going to do some grilling.
Well, we're going to do some grilling with everything else. With the summer squash salad, we're just going to keep cold this time.
Wonderful. All right, well, where do we get started? I see a fabulous table. Of course, when we talk about the 4th of July, we always want to think outside the bun, right?
We want to think outside the bun. We want to grill a little bit. We're actually going to start, we have our smash burgers pressed out already. We sliced up some peppers and onions for our cheddar wurst, and we're just going to start by loading our grill a little bit.
Okay. Now, when you talked about these smash burgers, are these the ones, because I know you've got those gourmet burgers right there in the back.
They are. They're actually Meat Department's gourmet burgers. They're pre-ready. All I did was change the shape a little bit because I grabbed some fancy bread, and I really wanted to try something a little different with that. So we're going to load our peppers and our onions on the grill so we can start for our cheddar wurst. They're going to take probably the longest to get going, and we want to get them started so they'll soften down. Nobody likes crunchy vegetables when they're eating those types of things. So we'll really start to cook those down. We'll get them to soften. As they're going, we'll throw our cheddar wurst on there and we'll get our burgers pressed out. And then I'll show you how to mix up that salad real quick. So with our salad, zucchini, squash, peppers, onions, you can throw anything you're getting out of your garden right now. So it's really a great salad for this time of year. If you have corn coming in the near future, or if you have mushrooms or whatever you're picking or growing, any other type of squash you have, really it's just as matter of as simple as chopping everything up, dicing it all up so it's even and consistent in size, and then we're just going to mix everything together when we get to that.
And we were talking about our gardens. If we don't have those gardens, we're so blessed because you guys work right with the farmers, so we know we're getting that fresh produce.
We do. We have lots of local farmers that we pull product from, and we have stuff in our stores every day. Produce will talk a little bit more about that, but you'll see that there's some shots coming up with produce that everything we're doing here on the table they have and they're selling right now.
It's so good. This is my favorite time of the year. All right, so you're using a cheddar wurst?
So Dietz & Watson, one of our vendors, has a cheddar wurst. It's like a knockwurst or a bratwurst. It just happens to have cheddar filled throughout it. So I'm just going to split them because it'll cook them a little faster. And we're going to load them on the grill right with our peppers and onions and let all those flavors kind of cook together. Again, it's just about how we can make it a little faster. Splitting them cooks a little quicker. Nobody wants to stand over a grill for hours and make all that work. The other thing we're going to do is add a little bit of garlic. Now, peppers and onions cook at a rate a little bit slower than garlic does. There's a lot of sugar in garlic, so it'll be sweeter and it'll burn faster. So you want to make sure you add your garlic after you add your peppers and onions. And I took my knife and I smashed it, makes it easier to chop. We're just going to cut it up roughly. And then once our peppers and onions are about halfway done, we're going to throw that in there with it. Okay? So that makes it pretty easy for that side. Now, our smash burgers.
I love that. Look how big these are.
So we're going to add a little extra Cajun seasoning to these because I like blackening spice. I think it's a good flavor. And we're doing black and blue burgers, so we might as well add a little heat to that.
Heat for our 4th of July. Mother Nature's going to give us some heat next week, too.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Everybody knows I like cold weather more than hot weather.
That is true.
So we're going to set these burgers on here. And then if you don't have a burger press, if you don't have one of those fancy smash presses, any kind of spatula you have will work to do this. And you really want to just press as hard as you can on your burgers so that you get them as flat as you can. And the goal for this is to get as much surface area as you can to get it crispy.
Okay.
You really want that crispy crunch on those burgers so you can get the flavor out there. And that crunch is really what you're looking for. Now, when I'm pressing on these, as I go to get my spatula off, I'm just kind of sliding it back. And that's helping me keep my spatula from sticking. But the thinner you get those, the better you'll get and the more crunch you'll get on those.
And I'm telling you, too, these look amazing. They smell amazing. And the Blackstone really does help you out. Get that nice crunch. You've got some high heat there.
It really does. It's a great way to cook. I tell people all the time, they're like, well, what can you do with the Blackstone? Anything you can do on a cast iron skillet in your kitchen, you can do on this with the exception of boiling water. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm trying.
We think one day, though, you're going to conquer that as well.
One day, maybe. We'll try that. But this is a great way to cook. It's a great way to keep everything outside. You can do all the things you normally do. Like I said, it's just a way to get it out of the kitchen. Nobody likes to be inside cooking when it's hot. Makes your AC run harder, makes everything work harder. This is just a fancy way to kind of do this and get your pressed burgers, your smash burgers, whatever you're looking for. And then it keeps you outside with the crowd. Everyone wants to be outside on the 4th of July. This is a good way to kind of be in the middle of all that.
And Tony, I noticed too with these smash burgers, you're looking for kind of an oblong. You are working with some special bread here.
Yes. So I actually reshaped these. That's the only thing I did to them other than seasoning to them. The bread we're using is actually a gold miner product. It's one of our food service items. And I have an onion flavored sourdough bread we're using. So we're going to get that on here in a little while and get it toasted up. Should get really crisp for you. I'm going to make the smash burgers about the size of the bread. So I really want to try and make this a big sandwich. I mean, anybody who's met me knows I like big sandwiches.
He likes things big. It's always interesting when you try to take that bite.
Yeah. When you go to try and eat it, it should be a challenge. So
It should be. And you and I are always up for a good challenge.
we always are.
We'll give it a try.
So I'm going to throw this garlic in here real quick because I can start to see our peppers and onions are softening. And then that'll just work around. The only other thing I put on there is I added a little bit of butter. Nowadays, it's wonderful when you look at the butter aisle. There's so many things that are already flavored for you, so you can get additional flavors and additional seasonings in your butter. The one that I use today is a garlic and herb butter. It's actually got garlic and herbs mixed right into it, so I didn't have to bring a lot of extra stuff with me.
And I'm thinking something like that too on one of your certified Angus beef, your fillets, something like that. Oh,
As a finishing butter, they're fantastic. So you cook your steaks, you cook your burgers, and then right when you put it on the plate, you put that butter on top and let it melt into it. It works really well.
yeah, it sounds delicious. All right, we're going to give that a try. We're going to continue to let you grill over here, give everybody some information. Of course, if you would like more on all of these different products, you can go to foodcity.com. We're going to take a break, get a check of our weather, and we're coming right back.